Welcome to another edition of the Workers Podcast, where we discuss the issues that matter most to working people. Now, in today's working environment, many people are coming to the realization that education does not stop when you leave school. So whether you're just starting out in your career or you have decades of experience in the world of work, continued education and professional development can open new opportunities and also help you to remain competitive in your career. Now, joining us as our guest today, we have Mrs. Paula Lee, the UWI Executive Director of the Lifelong Learning Institute. She'll tell us more about the value of continued education. Let's welcome Paula Lee. Thank you so much for being with us.
I thank you very much for inviting me and give Jehovah all the thanks and praise and glory that I can represent him in this fashion.
Excellent, excellent. Yes. So we'll jump right in. And as I mentioned, many people have the mindset now that suggests that learning ends when you finish high school, college, or even university. Now, tell us, why is this mindset becoming outdated in today's workplace?
In the past, many individuals were just happy after attending tertiary institutions that they would have landed a good job. And they felt that this is the perfect career path for the rest of my life. So you are using the same skills in the same role and you're satisfied. But in this modern workplace, the advent of technology, automation, and the diverse demands of employers, that doesn't work anymore. And so that mindset has to change. People need to understand that to remain relevant, competitive, adaptable, you must engage in continuous education.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, talk to us a bit more on how also continued education makes you more valuable to your employer, because we want to be valuable to our employers, right? That's a good thing.
That's an excellent idea. So think about it. You're working in, let's say, retail, and with the narrow knowledge that you have acquired, you're doing the best that you possibly can. And so you speak about the products and the services, but that might be the level to which you can contribute to the organization. But with the new knowledge, and you become exposed. Remember, in these courses, there are individuals from diverse industries. So you're gathering new skills, new information, and you're processing and you're thinking, wow, that's insightful. I never knew that. You're now sitting in a meeting, staff meeting, a management meeting, and you're able to draw information from that course, transport it into this conversation, and now become like an expert. Everybody's looking at you like, wow. In COVID, HR managers, they were mostly managing human resources in the workplace. Now you have to understand hybrid and remote and all of that. New knowledge. Policies have to shift. Agreements have to change, because now you have to learn how to manage people when they're working remotely. So even something like crisis and risk management, and we offer that course as well. There's so much tension in the workplace. Customer, employees, and employees. If you don't understand how to mitigate these risks and these crises, you'll be lost as a leader. So it's just a wonderful, a meaningful, a common sense idea to just participate in continuous education. Learn, grow, earn credentials, yes. But the most important thing is the application of the knowledge to identify solutions for your employers, for your colleagues, and for the customers that you serve.
Wow, lovely. What would you say to someone who's been working in their job, in a career for, let's say, 15, 20 years, and they might think, I've seen it all. I know it all. Um, how would you encourage or sell the idea of continued education in spite of the fact, yes, you've seen the length and breadth and the expanse of whatever industry you're in. How would you sell that idea of still taking a new course, pursuing a further and more broadened education?
Experience is beautiful. We must never discount experience. However, in this new modern workplace, credentials are important. And it re- we return to your first point where people are in the workplace and they're satisfied.
Yeah.
I would say never settle. Never settle. Because if you are so comfortable that you do not want to participate in continuous education, it therefore means you don't have an opportunity to earn a higher salary. You may never have an opportunity to lead the organization. You may never have an opportunity to inspire your peers. And if you're a manager and you're not presenting fresh ideas, new ideas, you may think that people are inspired by you, but they're not. And I have been speaking with a number of individuals who are stuck at their workplaces. They're noticing that younger or even older people, but they're credentialed. They're passing them.
Wow.
They're doing better. And so now they're wondering, what's the big deal? I have been here all along. I understand this business. But you understand the business to a particular level. Can you take it over the threshold? You might not have the capacity to do that because everything is changing around you, but you refuse to change. Who moved my cheese? These people need to read that book.
Oh,
Who
yes.
moved my cheese? And so I would say to these individuals, you will not reach your fullest potential unless you participate in this new learning revolution that has been presented to you. And it goes back again to your second point or the first point. We're still on the first point. That was so powerful. Shifting the mindset. You might understand the value of continuous education, but you're reluctant to participate. You're going to be left behind. You're going to be left behind because technology is here to stay. The new workplace is here to stay.
Yes.
Everything is shifting around you, and you have decided to settle. It's a recipe for disaster. And sometimes in these conversations, you're able to win over someone with common sense. Just pure common sense. And sometimes you can talk until you're frothing at the lips, and people are just not willing to change. So you just have to leave that alone and move on to the ones who seem a little bit more willing. Every day it's a struggle to help people to understand the value of continuous education. It's only when the consequences become real, no promotion, same salary, or they tag on a little thing to make you feel as if you've gone from $1,500 to maybe $1,700, but your true value in the workplace might be $10,000.
Wow. Yeah.
But you're not going to achieve the $10,000 per month unless you engage the effort to be more relevant.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we deny ourselves opportunities to advance in these workplaces, to manage our own businesses, to earn huge incomes from our entrepreneurial activities just because we settle. That's a dangerous place to be.
Yeah. And what's remarkably in my mind, and we'll get to it in more detail a little later, is how easy it is to access these opportunities to broaden your educational scope and acquire new
Yes.
skills. But again, as I said, we have a lot of time to get to that.
Oh, we do have a lot of time. Okay, I hear
A bit
you.
later. So we spoke about folks who may have been in the workplace for a long time, who had tremendous amounts and years of experience. What about younger individuals in the workplace who may have recently entered, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years? Why is it important also for them to bear in mind the significance and the opportunities that can be available through continuous education?
Many young people are idolizing workplaces, institutions, and job roles and status.
Yeah.
And it's important for them to understand that there's more to life than just working at a place and feeling comfortable.
Interesting.
Yes. So, another point too is that they're not willing to invest in their future. In a lot of instances, if my employer is not paying, I'm not paying either, because the skills I'm going to acquire, the knowledge, I'm not going to use it in the workplace because they didn't pay. You are responsible for your own advancement. You are responsible for investing in your future. And the first thing that I would say to young people, continue to learn. Continue to learn. Because sometimes we think that we've arrived,
Yeah.
and so we don't need to do anything else. Can we all understand that the information, the concepts that we have learned over the past 5 years, to some degree, they're obsolete?
Wow.
And if you continue along the vein thinking that you don't need to add, not to your resume, to your knowledge base, to that vault that holds the knowledge, then you are at a really sad place.
Yeah.
And so it's hurtful that there are so many opportunities, easy access, online studies, don't have to leave your home. You can study at your own pace. And yet still, people are reluctant to embrace continuous education. What do you do when you have shared the information? You have noticed that, especially through the Lifelong Learning Unit, we started in 2021. This is now 2026. We had 132 thereabouts awardees in 2022. Each year, 200 plus, 300 plus. Last year, about 432.
Wow. Okay.
Each year, we grow incrementally.
Yeah.
This year, we're about to skip 500 plus. And
Incredible.
based on the statistics, we look as if it will be over 600. When you sit and you recognize that all these persons are participating in this learning revolution, the question all of us in Antigua and Barbuda and across the Caribbean should ask, where were they all along?
Yeah.
Where were they? And the answer is that they were willing to, or they might have been curious, but they did not have the inspiration and the encouragement to take them over the threshold. And in some instances, some people did not have access, but internet access is becoming more pervasive. And so more people having access that could influence them to participate in lifelong learning in these online programs.
Those statistics are very encouraging.
That's right.
Yeah, and it shows that a lot of our people here in Antigua and
Yes.
Barbuda are appreciating the value
But I must caution you, it's not only in Antigua and Barbuda, it's as far south as Trinidad,
Okay.
as far north as Cayman, and I've seen some interest from Belize. The other day I had someone from Italy, someone from Germany.
Wow.
Yes. The lifelong learning unit is no longer a job for me. It's a mission. When I started, I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I wasn't even sure I was going to stay. Because it was a different type of dynamic to the work that I've done before. The last time I was working in education, it was my first role as a teacher. But to do this job, in addition to common sense, in addition to relationship management, you personally must have a heart of compassion and kindness for people. There are individuals who will be coming to your space. They're clueless. They don't know what they want to do. If you don't have a love and desire to help people, they will leave just as empty as they entered your space. But when you're able to sit and say, what's your career goal? What do you know? Where do you want to go? I didn't even have to ask these students, how can I help you? You share a pathway with me, and I'm able to say, okay, this course might be good for you.
Okay.
And when you're through with this one, perhaps you should take a break in the third quarter and register for another one in the fourth quarter that can help you at the end of the experience to be a more rounded employee.
Yes.
And then when they would have done 3 and 4 courses because it becomes contagious, then I say, okay, we need to strengthen this particular area so that not only are you competent in your core skills, but just in case there are layoffs, just in case, you know, the business no longer exists and you become unemployed and you have to try and gain new employment. You are gifted not only in finance, you're gifted not only in project management. How about the trending jobs, supply chain and logistics? COVID made that very important. Inventory and warehouse management. We're now using computerized systems to do inventory and warehouse management as opposed to a number of boys standing and throwing the box and throwing the box and throwing the box. We're now able to look at our computerized system to see the screws. There are only 2, 3, 4, 5 more screws. So we need to ensure not to order at this particular point. Because of your computerized system, you would have already ordered in advance, but you need to bring some additional ones to the warehouse. So we don't have to go and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws. Creative interior decorating. Many people need that side hustle. Because cost of living is high and our salaries cannot maintain our quality of life sufficiently in some instances. And so if you have the skills in creative interior decorating, you might be able to decorate a business, to decorate a storefront, to decorate a hotel, to decorate someone's home. So you've expanded your skills and now you're more marketable. That's what continuous education does. That's what the courses in the lifelong learning unit seek to do, to empower people. Not only for you to make money, but you can also get personal and professional satisfaction.
Remarkable.
Remarkable. It's a beautiful space. And that's why I don't show up thinking it's a job. Because if I show up thinking it's a job, I probably won't show up sometimes. But because it's a mission, and I believe that the Lord has placed me where He wants me to be, so that I can grow, so that I can bring light and salt to people's life, I do it almost effortlessly with my friend. because it's a passion
Yeah.
within me.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Now you just sold me on pursuing multiple courses, and I'm sure our audience as well. But
That's what people have been saying to me. But I mean it. I mean it.
yeah.
I'm genuine.
Mhm.
Because I'm from a single parent household in Freeman's Village. My mom, Melanie Joseph, she's still alive. And I remember my mother finding the financial resources for us to attend. Pilgrim School was a big school at that time.
Okay. Mhm.
You know, she had to pay for us to attend it. And I don't know how she did it. But even on this program, I give credit to the people, especially Carlton Bailey. He's deceased.
Okay.
I don't want you to edit this. Anywhere I go in life, Carlton Bailey has to be mentioned. Because when my mom could not afford the bus fare sometimes, Carlton Bailey says, come. No child is going to be left behind.
Wow.
I could not be who I am without the community in Freeman's Village, and especially Seaview Farm, Freeman's Village, people like Carlton Bailey, and my mother, and my sister Raquel.
Wow.
Yes, absolutely. And so now that I have grown into a lady, I now have to add Charlesworth to that, my husband. He will never be left out. Yes.
Give honor to whom honor is due.
I spend time. Jesus paused. Jesus stopped to heal. Jesus stopped to pay attention to people. We need to stop. We need to pay attention to people. And that's what happens in the lifelong learning unit. I stop. I pay attention. Affirm people. A gentleman called me on Monday and he said, Miss Paula, they have a way of calling me Miss Paula. I'm ready for the project management course. We would have spoken earlier, 2 weeks before, and I told him, you always need your own notebook. Don't depend on the teacher's notes only. And he called me on Monday to say, class is starting later, and I'm ready. And I said, you have your notebooks? And he said, yes, Miss Paula. You told me to get my notebooks. I have them, and I have my pens and everything. Because of something that happened recently in my life. And my friend who told me I'm always overextending myself to people.
Oh.
I chose not to become too enthusiastic, as I've always been. I held back. I didn't want to get closer because I've been hurt. And he kept talking, Miss Paula, I'm so glad you gave me the opportunity. And I'm holding back myself, my friend. I don't want, it's okay. And then I don't know from wherever, it just came out of me. Make me proud.
Wow.
I couldn't hold it anymore. I couldn't reserve myself from celebrating with someone who is excited about the future. I said, make me proud. And he said, Miss Paula, I'll make you proud. And I replaced the receiver. And if anybody came into my office at that time, they probably would have wondered what happened. Tears.
Wow.
Because I encourage someone and he is willing to say, I'll make you proud. There's no paycheck to that value of one student who's saying, I'll make you proud. Not sure if you know about the Seeds of Hope prison program.
Okay.
This is a program wherein scholarships are offered to incarcerated people to continue their studies while they're in prison because the programs are online. And they've been top students in their courses and in the entire program. Mr. Edgil, there is so much potential in 1735.
Can you imagine?
So much potential. Yeah. These students, they can speak, they can write appropriately, they're curious, they bring new ideas and insights to the courses. Their facilitators are blown away. All they need is supervision. All they need are mothers and fathers and communities to help them. They need somebody like me
Yeah.
when you've fallen to say, you can get up.
Yes.
You can do this.
Yes.
Let's do this together.
Yes.
And sometimes it hurts when you're attempting to help and it becomes a major problem.
I know.
But can I tell you,
I know.
can I tell you that there are more for you than against you?
Yes, yes.
And there are more people wanting your help than people not.
They might not be the
wanting your help.
loudest, but they're there. They're
It's
there.
okay. It's
And
all right.
I was gonna ask you a question, but you've covered it so well.
That's the thing.
You've covered it so well.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna ask you, why might someone choose the Lifelong Learning Institute at the UWI over any other educational opportunity? But you gave me so
But
many
I
reasons
need to add
already.
to that because the quality assurance at the University of the West Indies, they ensure that the course outlines are
Okay.
appropriately done. The facilitators, the CVs are reviewed to ensure that they're subject matter experts. In addition to that, the courses that are offered, as I've mentioned before, they're not the usual administrative courses. They are not the courses that are simple.
Okay.
They're courses that are also designed to create thinkers so that you will identify solutions for your various industries.
Yes.
Something
yes.
like developing critical thinkers. There's no course like that in Antigua. But what was recognized is that a number of people just engage in groupthink. If someone says it, it must be so. I'm following this. And especially if it's someone with a loud voice and someone who is considered smart or brilliant or bright, so many people just believe. But can I tell you, there's something called analysis? And when you analyze, you have to look at time, you have to look at dates, you have to look at the context and the content. And then you have to say, okay, if this is so and this is so, well, this is the conclusion.
Yeah.
But if you're not able to think, if you are not able to look at the data, mine the data, separate the frill, filter it, separate the mud
Yeah.
from the greenery, the grass and all of that, so that the greenery can look nice and healthy, and you get rid of the mud.
Yeah.
It's stifling the growth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we'll be stuck in the same place. And that's what the facilitators at the Lifelong Learning Unit are there for. The quality assurance, the course outlines, and the diverse course offerings.
Wow.
Different. Now, I'm not saying that people ought not to register for courses with other institutions. You should. We're operating in a competitive landscape, and I do believe that every mouth must be fed. Cannot compete and think rationally that everyone is going to endorse your product.
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But I would say, on island at this time, the Lifelong Learning Unit, the University of the West Indies Five Islands campus, is the best place to undertake your professional development studies, the Harvard Credential of Readiness, and the executive programs that we will be introducing.
Amazing. A very insightful and intriguing conversation with the Executive Director of the UWI Lifelong Learning Unit, Mrs. Paula Lee, but we're gonna have to leave it here for now. I'll invite you to join us for a follow-up episode where we'll continue this incredible conversation on why lifelong learning matters. See you then.